This conference will now be recorded.
So the US program was something similar to this. She's getting a number, and then for the range of 1 to 10, this range is like multiplication, this I. So she's doing multiplication table for 1 to 10, and here it is actually 11. Yeah. So here the number, whatever you get, will be multiplied. Let's run this. We might get an error because we haven't converted it to integer. It is executing some other program. Okay, let me close the remaining program. What happened? All my files gone. Okay. So yeah, I was expecting error. It's not error because this photo file we get from input, it is considered as string, right? It is not number. We have to convert it number using integer, int method. So here it's just adding, what we're doing is multiplying. So it is just multiplying, just appending. That's all it does. How many number it wanted to append, it appends. If it is 1, if it is 5, then it is appending 5, 9 together. So what we have to do is convert it into integer. So this was her program, but Divya, did you had any minor negative check that if the number is less than 1, did you have any? Okay. 1 minute, I'll better copy paste. So this was her program, right?
Anu, how did you append it? Like by selecting, you clicked on control button, control space.
What append you are asking?
Oh, sorry, append, sorry, intent. How did you intend the whole block? Like what shortcut key did you use?
Okay, I give tab. Let me copy paste again.
Control
I
tab.
I made for individual line, yeah. So I pasted your file. So this is inside function, right? I copied everything and gave tab button.
Okay.
and this separately I give tab. These two again tab, right? This comes
Okay.
under else block. Here tab is not required. Here tab is required. Right? And if I'm giving minus value, for example -1, it is actually telling to enter me a number greater than 1. And she knows that we have to use is alpha if we wanted to know whether that particular entry is string or number, right? But she couldn't use it because she was facing some issue. I understood what the issue might be. So here, for example, I'm giving 6. Sorry, let me give cube. It is telling that it's not a valid string. So what I'll do, first I'll get the input. I'll not convert it to integer because is alpha and is digit will work only for string. It will not work for integer, right? So these are string method. They will not be. It will not work for integer. So what she might have done if number elif else if did you try like this, Divya?
No, I made it in the if statement only. I did not write it in elif. I did it like if is alpha or
Mm-hmm.
is digit and number is less than 1. It was like this.
Hmm. No, that's fine, but similar only. You have written in the same line, but I'm writing in
Yes.
a different line. But anyway,
Number
this is
dot
going
is
to throw an error. Yeah, but still, this is going to throw an error. So it is going to throw an error because it is trying to convert is alpha, but it couldn't here it's telling clearly int object has no attribute is alpha. So since we are converting it to integer, now the type of number is integer, right? And you cannot
Yes,
use
the same
is
error
alpha
was
for
coming. The
yeah.
same error
So
was coming. Int object, no attribute is alpha.
yeah. So guys, the problem is not with alpha. The problem is we are using alpha for integer. So anyone has any idea how we can approach this issue?
Yeah,
Anyone
first we
guys,
need
any
to
idea?
first we'll not be converting the number into int and we'll be checking
Right,
okay, it will always be a string then because input will
correct.
take it in the
Later you
string,
can
no?
convert, right? Later you can convert it. You can either convert inside the function or outside the function. So initially what I'm doing, I'm getting input as num. So this is a else condition I have removed, but let me give it as a if number is alpha, I'm telling couldn't find a number. Okay. So if num is alpha, enter only number. Please enter only numbers. Else, what I'm going to do is number is equal to int of num. So I'm creating an if condition here. I hope you guys understood this. Convert int into string. Actually, that is a solution. We can convert int into string, but initially it is always string, right? When we get some input, it is already string. Why do we have to convert it again to convert it to integer, then later into string? Because whatever we get from input is always string. So immediately I'm doing alpha check. Only after that I'm using integer. So otherwise you can directly pass the string to the multiplication function. Here you can do is alpha check. Later you can convert it into number. Then you can do negative check. Then you can run this. So either way is possible. Anyway, you can put this logic. It would work perfectly fine. So it is asking me to enter a number. I'm going to give 7. I'm going to give. So it is telling please enter numbers only. Clear, guys? Any doubts, Divya?
No, no, no doubt. So,
Actually, you gave the.
also does is alpha it will only be checking whether it is an alphabet or not, but does it also check for the invalid inputs also, like some special
Alpha
characters
will
or
check. Okay, alpha will check only whether the given string is alphabet, whether it comes between A to Z.
yes.
And digits
So
will
do we
check
have a
if
single method? Do we have a single method to check the special characters? Like is alpha is for checking alphabets, is digit is for checking digits. So do we have any method to check special characters
no, we
as well?
don't have any method to check if it is a special character. But what we can do is we have already seen this. I can like for vowels we saw right. We were defining what the
Yes, yes,
vowels
yes.
is, so we can give some special character. You can tell
Okay,
that
so
these
we
are the
will
special
be
character,
okay,
and later you can check if the given input is among them. So
okay,
if the given input is inside this is one among them, then print the error. We can print the same error. Please enter only numbers.
okay.
But let me check what the program does if I give special character. Maybe it will multiply, I believe. Let's see. I give star. No, I'll give at. Okay, it is actually couldn't convert into number. It is having some problem converting special character into number. So it is telling it's an invalid literal. This ampersand is a at the rate is an invalid symbol it is telling because it is not a string. It can convert only string to integer or float to integer, not any other character. Clear, guys? I hope I mean Vivek is not there, so let's see his program. I haven't prepared it, but let's try. So we can actually for your question, we can use regular expression which will check whether the given is regular expression or not. But what I can do is I can directly tell that these are the special character, whatever special character we have in our keyboard, I have given everything in one single line. And later I'll be checking whether the given input is one among the pattern. That's all I'll do. Let's see if this would work. Please enter numbers only, not special character. So this is the way you can do that. Waiting to learn regular expression. Yeah, I'll teach you. And actually, I can teach you only when I teach you what is class, method, object, and library. And the next thing is we'll see a few things in file. We have seen a little in file earlier. We'll see some more with file. So the way for your issues, what I heard is you have to uninstall your Python and reinstall it. Let me show you one screenshot. So whenever you install Python, it is telling here, see, includes idle pip and documentation. So it will have pip inside it, and later you can give pip install IPython. So once you install Python, check if IPython is already there. If not, you can install it. So try to uninstall Python and later reinstall it and then IPython and check if that is working. Otherwise, there is some problem with your Windows PowerShell only. I don't know. Windows PowerShell is working fine until unless you go inside IPython, right? So otherwise, it is working fine, right? The Windows PowerShell. Okay.
Shall I uninstall PowerShell and reinstall it?
I don't know if we can uninstall PowerShell because it comes
Yes,
with Windows. We haven't installed it separately. Maybe you can try. I've never did that. Maybe first you try
or
uninstalling
update.
Python. Mhm.
Okay, okay, okay,
You uninstall Python and reinstall it. What we can do later is we can change the version of IPython. Even if that is not fixing, I'll see what is my version. The same version we can install in your system. We can try that maybe.
okay.
So I'm going inside IPython. We already know how to create a file, and I can enter some text here. So it is asking for two other entry, but I'm not giving anything, so it's going to give extra space, extra lines. And now, how can I read my file is I have to open it before I have to read it. So it's like this: open, read, write, append, and then you have to close it. Okay. So let me open it. How do I open? I have to give some variable name. I can give anything here, and then it is actually helping me to type. Okay. Open. This is a command. Inside open, you can give your file name, and your file is open now. You are ready to go and read or write it. So let me read it. Let me read it for the second time. It's not going to read anything because it has reached. So here you can see slash n. It represents this empty line and one more empty line. And we have reached the end of the file. So now the pointer is at the end of the file. When you read after that, it is going to give me empty because nothing is there. So what I can do is I can seek. I can move the pointer to the initial or wherever, which position I want. I'm going to the start of the file. Now if I read, it will give me the content again. Or let me change the seek to 8. So it's starting from the index 8. The few things were gone because from index 8 it is printing me. And if you have to write anything into the file after opening a file, what you can do is you have to open with write mode. So my file equal to, so here I can make it either, here it is already showing me A plus. You can give A plus for appending and W plus for writing. Let me show W plus now. Now my file is all set to write. To write again, I have to use write method. So now I opened with write mode so that I can write. Otherwise, it is just in read mode. Here it is just in read mode. There is no write or append is going to work for this. So now, how do I write equal to file dot write? And here I can give some content. And now let me read my file. It is reading only, though I'm giving only, I'm moving the cursor to the starting of the file. It is reading only this. It's not showing me whatever I have added here. That is because
because
right.
it
Mhm.
because it erases the previous one, W
Yeah,
plus.
true. Yeah, true. So it, because it overwrites the file, it removes a content and moves a pointer to the start of the file. When you give write mode, the pointer is at the start, it's deleting everything. It's overwriting actually. The pointer is at the start, and maybe I'll do one more thing. So now when you are inside write mode, it doesn't overwrite. When you first time open the write mode, your pointer is moving to the start of the file, right? Your pointer is moving to the start, and from there it is going to write. Now the pointer is here, somewhere here. After here, no, the pointer is there. So after that, whatever you write, it is going to append only, right? Clear, guys? Let me do one more thing. Let me close this file. Let me reopen it with write mode, and let me write something. So what I'm going to write is just hi, and I'm moving my pointer. So it is reading only hi. Everything is overwritten. Everything is deleted and only hi is present. But after you enter your write mode,
Even if we close the file and then reopen also, it will overwrite.
sorry,
We have closed the file, right, which we have written already. But again, if we
mm-hmm.
open and give W plus, it will overwrite. Even in
Correct,
that
yeah.
case.
So if here after line number 18, if I had read the file, I have given read function, it would have given me all this. But as
Okay.
soon as I go inside my open my file in W plus mode, it is deleting everything and point the cursor is at the start of the file, right? And
Okay.
once you enter into the write mode, you can,
Add extra
yeah.
information.
So it is giving me hi, hello. So it is adding one after the other. But again, if I close in reopen it, it is going to delete every content. It's like a truncate function. It's going to remove everything from the file. In the empty file, your content will be overwritten. Maybe what we can try is, I haven't tried this, but let's see. Close and maybe I'll just open with read mode. What happened? Okay, so what I did after writing, I closed it. After closing, I'm opening it. Now, let me seek. So it is reading everything, right? Now what I'll do, I'll open it. Maybe I'll open it again. Maybe I'll close and open it again. See, as soon as I'm not overwriting anything, I just opened with write mode and I'm moving the pointer. I'm saying I'm reading the file, nothing is there. So as soon as you open your file with write mode, your content is removed. That's the first thing the write mode does. So let me do one more thing. Mm,
I think it
Let
it
me
should
close
not
this
be
thing.
W plus. It should have been D plus because it's a delete mode.
Good, maybe we can write a mail to him and ask him to change the Python.
It's very confusing actually. W plus.
Maybe you can imagine as it as a overwriting. But yeah, it is deleting before overwriting. Actually, it is ready to overwrite. What is doing? Okay, my guy is going to write something. Let me remove everything and move my pointer to the first point, first column of the file, and let me write once he gives me the information. He is waiting ready for you.
He is trying to make things very optimistic for us.
Yeah, sometimes he is ahead of us. Sometimes we have to like instruct him. Now what I'll do, I'll open a file. Such file is not there in my system. Open tsg.wine or hello dot. I don't have such file in my system. So let's see what it does. I'm not having that file, but I'm giving open command. So this my file I have already closed. We are nowhere connected with test.txt. So I'm just reassigning some different file to this value variable, but I don't have such file. It's not throwing me any error. What I'll do now, I'll seek, I'll read. So it has an empty content inside it. So here, um, what it's telling is, what it's doing is, it's actually creating a file. If the file is not there, if the file is not there but you're opening that file in write mode, it checks whether such file is there. If such file is there, it's removing everything and moving the pointer to the first column of the file. Otherwise, it goes and creates such file. What I'll do, I'll write hello inside that file, and let me, so it has hello inside it. So there is some file called, I don't know which path I am in. I'm inside user ANNEP. Here we have hello. It is created 8:17, 8:18. 1 minute back, it got created by our terminal, right? So if the file is not there, it is going to create. Now let's see append. Before that, I'll close this file. So for append, I'm just going to give a plus. Okay, I have given a wrong command. So let me see what is there inside the file. So the content is empty. Now, since we are in append mode, we can start writing. Again, the write function only. Okay, cool. Let me close this file and let me reopen it again with append. I want to see what is there inside the file. So it has the content inside it. In write mode, the content get vanished, but here you still see that content, and I'm going to write on top of it. So you see I have not given any slash in, so the same line, the cursor is here, appended text, and from there it started writing. And again in the a plus mode, if such file is not there, it is going to create a new file. And we have a and a plus, w and w plus. So what happens, what is the difference between a plus, w plus is w is only for write. You can't read anything over there. And A is only for append, you can't read. If you want both together, you have to give W. W plus will, you have to give W plus. W plus is for read and write. W is only for write, not read. So let's try to open something with W only, or A equal to open. Okay, sure. Let me not give A plus, and I'm seeking, and then I'm going to read it to see what is there in the file. So it is telling unsupported operation, not readable. So this file is not readable. You can just only add content to it. You cannot read from it because I have opened it with A mode. A plus is for both read and write. Clear, guys? And let's see how to use for loop inside file. So let me do one thing. Let me open this file with A plus mode. So I'm moving to the next line. So I'm writing it and I'm reading. So this is the first line, and then after that the second line got appended to it. Now let me write a for line in open test.txt. Okay. So it is since I've already done this, it is showing me. So you instead of line, you can give any variable name, any object name here. You know that. So for line in open test.txt, what we are going to do is read the line or print. So it is reading one line after the other. Usually when you read it, it shows like this in the same line, but it's telling that here the second line starts. But here first it reads the first line, then again it is going inside the for loop and taking the second line and printing it. Here, since you see space after the start of the line, you see space here. Yeah, actually file is little confusing because even after opening in A place or W place, you have to again use write function. And open you can give equal to, you have to do it by equal to because they are opening and assigning that to this file. And only then you can use the dot method. So this is a function, open is a function, the remaining or method. Write is a method, seek is a method, read is a method, close is a method. All these are method, only four method we have. Seek, read, write, and close. You know what is read and what is close, and you also know what is seek. So for this write is for both appending and writing, overwriting and appending. For both the case, you have to use write only. So these are method. How the method is called object name dot method name. And if you have an argument, you're going to pass, otherwise no. But this is a function and you are assigning like input function, how you store the input into some variable. Similarly, you are going to open it and you are going to save it. You can just open the file. You can otherwise you can open with write mode, read mode, read and write mode, just write mode, append and write mode, append and read mode, or just append mode. That is AA plus WW plus. You can give one more argument here. Otherwise, you can just give the name and you are going to open it. That's all. So initially, when you create a file, it will be like this: percentage write file, and then you are going to give a file name. Otherwise, you can do the same. You can directly go to this open. Here it is going to create a file and open the file and assign that data to this object. Then you can start using the methods. So remember, open is a function and remaining a method. You will automatically do right. So one more thing, what we can do is we have seen here. Here we are creating a file. The write file is just to create a file. Here you are adding some content to it. It is telling overwriting a file because if such file is already there, if the file is already present and it has some content inside it already, it is going to overwrite, which means it is in W plus mode. So let's see. Now we have one file called hello.txt, right? So it has only one word, that is hello. Now what I'll do, I'll close this file and let me open this file. So the file is already there, but still we are opening with write file mode, and I'm giving. Okay, now let me open.
1 second. Like here, what
Mhm.
is a what you should use like to come out of this file? Like you have written the content, and then you got the message like overwriting. What should we
I
do
give
there?
double enter. When I give
Double
enter,
enter.
it is showing. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay.
So I'm opening the file again with append mode, and then, sorry, I don't want to do this. So here you could see initially the file had hello inside it. We closed it and we opened with write file mode. I mean using write file. And I have added some text, but you can see only this text. This hello is gone because this is overwriting. When you open and write using this write file, it is going to overwrite. What I can do, I can just give hyphen E here, which will append the content to it. So now I'm opening with write file -e, and then I'm writing some content inside it. Here now you see it is appending to hello. So here you see when this has both initially whatever we have written, see whatever we read before, no whatever was there, that, and again the next line, whatever we are adding, because we are having hyphen E. Actually, you need not be aware of this write file because you can write using just write because already it is confusing. You can just you open with some mode and you can write. You need not do, but it's good to know that with this also you can open a existing file and you can write something to it. Guys, any doubts? Actually, when you learn a programming language, when you learn the basics and you're starting, what you have to do is you have to behave like a tester. So, like, you have to think, what if I give this? What it is going to do? What if I open, if I don't close? What if I open one more file without closing the first file? What is going to happen? How this is going to save in my local? You can open the local folder and open and see. So, whatever scenario it comes, your mind first write on all the scenario in some single line, or I mean, in a line which you can understand. Note on all the points you want to test, then try one after the other, and you will understand more much better, and you can save the results somewhere so that you can refer later, like, okay, oh, these all were the testings I did and this were the output, so this is how the program is behaving, right? You can do many scenarios in this write and read and this file with IPython. Please try multiple scenario. and get to know the programming language better. Like when you find some new friend, what you do, you ask multiple questions, what you like, where you like to go, what food you like, to understand them properly, right? So similarly, you have to do with the programming language so that you can befriend this Python.
No, I could not listen to that part, the 76th line, minus
Okay.
a.
Okay. So what's happening is we created a file, you opened it in append mode and we added some hello, right? So this
Mm-hmm.
hello text is having the word hello inside it. I'm closing it. And later what I'm doing, I'm just using this function. I'm not opening with usual how we usually open, like my file is equal to open. I'm not doing that. I'm directly using a write file and I'm opening the file and I'm writing something inside it. What it does, it is writing the content to this file, but it is overwriting. So what's happening? The hello, which we already had in the file initially, is gone because I'm opening it and I'm reading it. When I read, I could see only the new content I have written to it. So it is not having the old content because it is overwriting. So what I'm doing, the same write file I'm using, I'm giving passing hyphen e as an argument, which stands for append. So you know now the file has only this content, right, inside it. This is the text added by write file. So we added here, so that is there here. And additionally, again I'm using write file and opening a file with hyphen e. Now I'm adding the one more line I'm adding to that file. So here it was showing overwriting hello text, but here it was showing appending to hello text. Now I open the file again and I see, then I read, I could see both the line which I written here and which I written here. But the only difference is when I use write without hyphen a, it deleted hello and it added this line. But when I use hyphen a, it is not deleting the file which was already there. This line was already there, right? It didn't delete it. It directly appended this to the content of the file. So that is the difference between minus a and without minus a.
Okay, okay,
Is it
thank
clear
you.
now or still confusing?
Yes, yes, I'm clear now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll put what I'll do, I'll put all the commands into the Python doc maybe when you get time. First practice a thing which I've already put it in the document, then later you can try your own things, like you can imagine something and you can try that out. And one more thing what I wanted to show was this lead code. It is not lead code, it is lead code. Leadcode.com. So here there are multiple problems. So here it is telling to sum, add two numbers. When I open here, so it is telling me an instruction. You are given to non-empty linked list, reverse the order. So it is giving me all the problem statement, and then here I have to write my code. So this is also already given. This code snippet is given. Only I have to add some content into this function. They have already created a function also. Here I have to add my own logic into this function. And then once I write, this run button will be enabled. I can run it. Then I can if the run is good, if the result is good, I can submit it. But if you couldn't understand this, and even if you understand this, but you couldn't create a good code here, what you can go to the editorial section and it has a video also explaining this, and it explains. What's the approach? It explains about the data structure and algorithm. I have already said you have to go to lead code once you are good at programming language, and later you also learn data structure and algorithm about it. Only after that you can go here, because this all related to algorithm and data structure only. Once you are very good at algorithm and data structure, you can go and solve this. So this is the next step. Like after you learn the program, you can learn data structure and algorithm, then you can go and solve this. So actually this is my friend's profile. So he was working in some medium product based company. Then he was actually during 1 year ago, yeah. He was submitting multiple, he was trying multiple and he was submitting multiple question and answer. Then he was ready for interview. He then cracked a good remote based product company, and he's earning, I mean, nearly 5 times of what I earn, just because he was very good at data structure and algorithm and he got into a good company. A very good company will always expect this data structure and algorithm. So if you guys are interested in going one step ago, you after learning programming language, you can do that. And one more thing was hacker rank, which I was saying yesterday. So in a hacker rank, without learning data structure and algorithm, you can practice a few problems, and you need not know anything in data structure or algorithm. So here it has many things, Python, SQL, many such things. So here you see it is telling practice using if-else condition. So if you think you are good at if-else and you wanted to practice it, you can go and solve a problem. So it is giving you. So it is telling if n is odd, print weird. If n is even and it is in the range, print not weird. If n is not in this range, then print weird. So similarly, you can ignore this import and all. Without this import also it would work, because we haven't seen any library yet, but you need not know about this. But what you can do, you can give your if else condition here and you can run the code and you can submit the code. Again, here in the problem, see here, you see editorial and you see tutorial. Okay, this for this, maybe you have to pay, or maybe submissions, leaderboard. Okay, this guy solved this, but I don't see answer. Okay, I don't see answer. Maybe I'll see where we can see the answer if you wanted to see the answer. Or you can actually do it over internet. You can either use chatbot or you can use Stack Overflow and you can find something. What is the output for that? What is a program for that particular problem statement? See this guy, after completing all the question and answer in the hacker rank, you will get some badges. See here, he got all those badges. Now he can add this profile to his LinkedIn profile, which will when the recruiter go and open this, and he knows that because when you practice some question in hacker rank, that means you learn something, right? It is a proof that you learn something, correct? So it is actually good for you. I mean, some recruiters, if they don't want to waste the time, they want to pick a right candidate. When they see the hacker rank or lead code, there are many such other websites similar to hacker rank. But I got used to this hacker rank. So this I've already solved. That's why it's showing in green. Now I can go and solve this. You can pick easy, medium. So guys, maybe you can start with Python because you already know what is this and all. You can start there. Slowly we can progress. This will see here write a function and here write a loop, Python division, arithmetic operators. If I guess you guys are very strong in these topics, go solve such challenges. Then slowly we can solve the remaining thing. Find a string and string split and join. I know what's your name. This also I know you can solve this very easily. You have to get the name and then you have to print like hello, first name and last name, whatever they have printed. You have to put it in the output. I know you guys can solve these problems, so go ahead and solve these. And also in LinkedIn, there is some, but I don't know whether you guys are ready for LinkedIn test. It will be a mix of advanced topic and some basic topic. In LinkedIn, there is something called take a skill test or something that maybe you can take at the end of the Python course, because it will be a mix of all the question, hard and medium and easy question. You can't skip or pass the question. It will be like 20 question test. You just have to choose one among the, it's like a multiple choice question. You just have to choose one option among that, and that also will add something to your profile. The recruiter will know that you have solved that particular test and you got some good marks. This LinkedIn test you can take later, but hacker rank, you please start doing it and add this hacker rank profile to your LinkedIn. Any doubts, guys? Okay. So take it like a fun game and start doing something in hacker rank, guys. That's all. You will learn something which I haven't taught you. In the same if else, the topics I have covered, you might learn something else under if else. Okay, thank you guys. We can wind up for the day.
Thank you.